This is the GRECELL T300 portable power station. My first reaction was how compact and light it feels for what it does. It's about the size of a small shoebox, around 7.3 pounds, with a fold-flat handle that doesn't snag on gear. The handle matters more than I expected because when it lies flush, the top becomes a little shelf, which I've used for my phone and a cup in tight spaces. Key features that stood out to me are the balanced port layout and the clean AC power. I get one AC outlet rated for 330 watts continuous with a 600 watt surge, a regulated 12-volt car port, two USB-C ports, one of them is PD 60 watts for laptops, and two USB-A ports that support quick charge. The display is straightforward, battery percentage, input and output wattage, and it goes to sleep after a bit to save power. There's also a built-in LED light with standard and SOS modes, which sounds trivial until you're fumbling with cables in the dark. From my experience, the 60-watt USB-C PD port is the star here. It charges my laptop fast enough to keep me productive on the road. With a 14-inch laptop, it maintains charge and often adds a bit if I'm not hammering the CPU. Tablets and phones charge quickly too. The USB-A ports negotiate QC nicely. I've seen about 17 to 18 watts on compatible phones. Plug a camera battery charger and a drone remote into the USBs. Run a tablet off the second USB-C, and you still have the AC outlet free for a fan or small projector. It does fine juggling multiple devices as long as you stay within the total power budget. On AC, the sine wave output is clean. That matters for sensitive gear like laptops, cameras, and CPAP machines. I ran a tower fan that draws around 40 to 45 watts and got a few hours of steady airflow. A 55-inch TV plus a streaming stick sat in the ballpark of 70 to 90 watts, which translates to roughly 2 to 3 hours depending on brightness and volume. For folks asking about CPAP, power draw varies a lot by model and whether the humidifier is on. As a simple guide, budget about 6 hours at a steady 30-watt load on AC after accounting for inverter losses. If your CPAP can run off DC with the right cable, you can squeeze more runtime from the same battery. In my opinion, the biggest trade-off with this unit is charging speed. The input tops out at around 60 watts, regardless of whether you use the wall adapter, a 12-volt car port, or solar. From empty to full, my AC recharges landed around the 6 to 7 hours. Car charging while driving was similar, usually 7 to 9 hours depending on stops. On solar, the built-in MPPT controller does a good job finding the sweet spot, but the cap is still about 60 watts in. With a decent 100-watt panel under good sun, I typically saw 55 to 65 watts going in and got a full charge in roughly 5 to 7 hours. It's reliable, but not fast. If you need quick turnarounds, that's something to plan for. There's an important operating note that can catch people off guard. AC pass-through is not supported. That means you can't use the AC outlet while the station itself is charging. The manual is explicit about it. For AC, it's charge, then use. USB and 12-volt DC are different. I've been able to power phones, tablets, and a dashcam from the station while it recharged from my carport, which is great for road trips. So if you want to top off your gadgets while you drive and arrive with everything ready, this setup works smoothly. Noise-wise, I would not call the fans loud, but they are audible when the AC inverter is on or when the unit is charging. In a quiet room at night, you'll notice a gentle whir. In a tent or a van with ambient noise, it fades into the background. The fans kick in based on load and temperature, which is what you want for battery safety. Speaking of safety, the BMS is active and transparent. You'll see it cut charging when a device is full, and it protects against overloads and short circuits. There's also an auto shutdown when the output stays under a few watts for hours, which prevents slow phantom drain. Build quality feels decent for the weight class. The chassis is mostly plastic with bright corner bumpers. It's easy to carry and toss into a trunk, but it's not waterproof or drop-proof. I treat it like a camera. Fine for everyday use, just keep it dry and don't drop it. The dimensions make it easy to slide on a shelf or under a seat, and the all ports on the front layout keeps cable chaos to a minimum. One thing I want to clarify because it confused me when I was shopping. There are a few products called T300. The one I'm using is the 230.88 watt-hour version with two USB-C ports, including the 60-watt PD port, and no DC barrel ports. If you see a T300 with 288 watt-hours and extra DC 5521 barrel ports, that's a different, older variant. Check the listing for 230.88 watt-hours and two USB-C ports if you want the model I'm talking about here. It's perfect for car camping, road trips, and quick power backup at home. I've kept phones, tablets, action cams, and a laptop powered for a full day of light work and content capture. For short outages, it'll run small appliances like fans and keep communication gear alive. Creators who shoot on location will appreciate the PD port and the clean AC for chargers and lights, as long as you keep the total under 330W and remember the charge then use rule for AC. I'd recommend this for anyone who values portability over blazing fast refueling, wants modern USB-C support, and needs clean AC for small loads. If you're buying for heavy appliances, power tools, or you need a true UPS that keeps AC devices running while the unit charges, this isn't the right fit. Also, if you expect to cycle it many times a week and want thousands of charge cycles, you may want to look at higher-end, heavier units that use a different battery chemistry. From my experience, the best way to use this is as a mobile power hub. Charge it at home, top it off in the car while you drive, power your devices over USB and 12-volt on the go, and dip into AC when you really need it. The 60-watt PD port takes a lot of friction out of laptop life, and the single AC outlet is clean enough for sensitive gear. Plan your loads, manage expectations on recharge times, and it's a reliable companion. In conclusion, the GRECELL T300 strikes a practical balance. It's light, simple to use, and flexible with its ports. The pure sine wave AC is trustworthy, the screen is clear, and the MPPT solar input is genuinely helpful, even with the 60-watt cap. The downsides are real, slow charging and no AC pass-through, but if those don't break your use case, it delivers solid value and convenience in a small footprint. If this video helped, please subscribe to the channel and drop your questions or your own experiences in the comments. Thank you for watching.